Hello. Hello. But people, I'm just streaming live on BTV. People, I'm just streaming live on BTV. BTV. Escuela, guys. Escuela, guys. Oh, I know what that is. What up, guys? What up, guys? Adam from BTV. Just doing a little live stream video editing test. Was doing this the other day, but had some technical problems that I think are all solved now. What's up, guys? 5 people watching. Hey, guys, feel free to give this live stream a share on your social medias. Try and get the numbers up a little bit. We're going to be doing a test run of some live stream editing today here on BTV. Yo, can you guys hear the audio from my editing software? Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know. What's up, Brian Gasser? How you doing, buddy? Hey guys, so just doing a little test here. It'd be really helpful if you guys in the comment section could just give me a thumbs up or let me know if you're hearing the audio that's coming from my editing software. Nice. Nice. Alright, guys. So I'm just going to kick it off. Actually, I don't really have anything planned. So just to let you guys know, I'm Adam from BTV. I don't really show my face very often, but I'm going to start showing my face pretty often, so take a look. I am going to start doing daily live stream editing on BTV because I feel like there are probably a lot of other video makers or video enthusiasts in the community who do a lot of video editing or beatbox video editing. And I've been doing this for a long time, and I feel like I have some knowledge or some skill to share with you guys. And I'm going to be editing anyway, so I might as well live stream it. And if you guys have questions along the way, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to pass along whatever knowledge I have. Or you can just come and get some sneak previews of some videos I'm going to be working on. This is not... This is... I don't know what this is. This isn't actually anything. What you're looking at right now is just some supplemental footage I have with Thorson from the GBBB series I shot in Switzerland a couple months ago. It's one of the things I guess we'll go through today. I'm going to kind of just go through some of the videos I'm playing with, some things that I might post or might not post, and show you guys how to put a video together from scratch with all the raw elements. I'm not going to do that whole process today. I'm just hanging out for like 20 minutes to see what this is like. But in a few days, what I'm going to start doing, as I explained, I'm going to be doing daily live streams of my editing. I'm beginning to edit a 7 to Smoke beatbox battle that went down in Australia about a month ago. And I'm going to be editing that for the organization and putting it on BTV. So I feel like it'd be a good idea to just live stream me editing that as I put that project together. So that's going to start in about 1 or 2 days. And right now I'm just fooling around, having fun. And yeah, I'll show you guys some of the things I'm working on. So I'll actually show you guys what it's like to put a beatbox video together from scratch. With this video of Thorson that I may or may not post somewhere. Maybe I'll just make it a Facebook exclusive. But I'll show you what it's like to work with some raw loop station video and audio, and show you what it's like to put a video together from the bottom floor up. So hold on, let me just get this ready. I didn't really prepare anything, so I'm just kind of going by the seat of my pants right now. So if I kind of did this the other day, it was really disjointed, as I'm sure it will be right now, because this is just a test. But since we're actually getting the editing program to stream properly, I can do a little bit better of a job than I did the other day. Give me 1 second. Take away these filters. Alright, we'll go through color correction as a separate process. Alright, what we got going on here? What's up, Hobbit? Alright, I really want to do this correctly. I'm going to remove these attributes. Alright, so this isn't 100% correct. In an ideal situation, this clip would have been rendered before I started streaming for you, so it's going to play back a little bit choppy. So just use your imagination as if it was playing back correctly. So this is what a raw piece of, I guess, loop station video looks like after I shot it. There's no properly sunk audio. There's no color grading done to the picture. So I'm going to play that back for you right now, and it's going to sound really weird because unless you actually hear what's going on in Thorson's or the performer's headphones, you're not going to really hear anything, and it's going to sound a little bit like this. Looping sounds really weird when you don't hear the final mix. Crazy art form, man. Crazy. Shout out to Maddox laughing in the background. My man. So I'm editing in Adobe Premiere right now. Alright, so what you guys just saw was the complete raw performance with unsung sound and color grading on just a raw piece of video of Thurston's performance. So now I guess what I'll do is I will take you guys to the final product and show you what a final cut video would look like. And then I guess I can talk about the steps that go in between starting and finishing. So you just saw what the raw video looked like. That's what you start out with, and this is what a finished product looks like. And then we can talk about all the steps in between. Excuse me for a lack of eloquence right now. I haven't properly prepared to do this, but I hope everything I'm saying makes sense. When I start doing this for real, I'll approach it way better. I promise. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is what the final product would look like. This is with the sunk and mastered audio and with proper color grading to the picture. Fire. Thorson's so sick, man. So sick. Yo, this drop is nuts. Wow. Fucking sick, man. This guy is so insanely creative. It blows my mind when I hear stuff like this. Big up to you, Thorson. Or Blue Lips, as you like to be called now. Guys, the Blue Lips thing is real. The Blue Lips thing is real. He's going to be called Blue Lips from now on. We should respect that. It's not a joke. Okay, so what we just saw was the difference between looking at a raw piece of video and a final product. So if we're going to talk about step-by-step how to get to that final product, the next step, of course, would have been to properly sync the audio with that raw video. So I guess we should do that. I'll just show you guys how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute this audio here. I'm going to pretend like this doesn't exist, and we're going to do it from scratch. Just move this guy down. Get out of sight. So let's open up the raw audio again. And typically, I guess in like a really professional way, like if you were doing this right and I had like a crew with me, we'd have somebody who had a slate who would do that for us. I guess you can actually do that too, just with your hands. Although most times I am embarrassed to admit I forget to ask people to clap when we start a video. So usually what I like to do is I like to find a very distinguishing sound that stands out, that can be easy to find both in the raw audio and in the mastered audio, and thereby using that one sound as a reference point to sync the audio up. So right now I'm just going to go through the raw audio and we'll find a place that we can use as a syncing point. I'm still hearing the production audio, excuse me. Mute that track. Alright, so back into the raw audio. Oh man, this must have been a hard one. Let's cut these logos out really quick. It's nice. Yeah. Great. It's that first kick. Hear that? That. Here, this will be our distinguishing point. Is that what I used? That's not what I used, but let's see if we can make that work. So I'll set a marker here on the timeline. I'll make sure I set a marker here in the raw audio. Let's go in and find it. What was the name of that final track? Source the interview for Adam. Wave.wave. Interview for Adam.wave.wave. Where are you? Where are you, audio? Hey, audio, where'd you go? Why aren't you here to party, guy? Ah, here we go. Okay. So now the next step is I would roughly go through this audio and try and find that exact same sound in the mastered audio that I found in the production audio and try and sync it up. There we go. Sounds like it's it. Hear that? That same sound here that you're hearing in this mastered audio is the same hit that you should be hearing here in the raw audio. So usually in the absence of or having an actual slate to sync your sound, or unless you're using Pluralize, which is an auto syncing program, though I would never ever rely on that because I always like to sync by hand. I don't like computers to make decisions for me that I could be making for myself. I would go into the raw audio and the mastered audio and find points that are the exact same and can only be each other in these two different files. So I think I found it here in the mastered audio, here in the raw audio. Okay, so let's sync this puppy up. Drag it into the timeline. That should be properly sunk up. I will be able to tell if this is proper. Let's see. That is 1:16:11:05. 16:11:06. So I know that this is properly sunk. So I'm just looking at what the time code is on this properly sunk audio. And at that one hit in our raw audio, this is sunk up. In the mastered audio, it's 16 minutes, 11 seconds, and 6 frames. Here I sank it at 16 minutes, 11 seconds, and 5 frames, so I was 1 frame off. So I just moved that over. I know this is properly sunk now. And now we have sunk audio. Is this making sense to everybody? Does anybody care? We have 14 people watching. I'm hoping there's like 1 or 2 people in there that care. Checking the comments really quick. What's up, guys? What's up, Rubik? Good to see you again, buddy. Alright. Boink. So the next thing I usually do is I color grade. So I've already done that, but I'm going to remove the filters I already added. And we're going to start over again. So this is what a raw piece of video looks like. It's like dark, kind of red, like just generally looks like crap. When I shot this, the external light that I was using had just gone out, which is what was causing some of the extra darkness. But luckily I was shooting on a 4K camera, and one of the benefits of shooting on a 4K camera is that you have a lot of latitude when it comes to your highlights, your mids, and your darks and color grading after. And what that means essentially is that the higher resolution you are, for example shooting in 4K, if you're really underexposed, because you have all this extra pixel space, you have a lot more latitude to brighten your footage. You have a lot more latitude to pull light out of your shadows and your midtones. And similarly, when things are a little too overexposed, you have a lot of latitude in decreasing that burning effect of the highlights. And again, that's one of the benefits of shooting at higher resolution 4K, because the more pixels you have, the more information there is in that picture, and the more information there is in that picture, the more grace latitude you have in working with brightening and darkening. On other cameras where you don't have so many pixels, say 1080 is still really good, but something else that shoots at like 480, or like even an earlier version of the 7D Mark I or the 5D Mark II, when you were in a really low light situation, if this was shot with a 5D Mark II, I would not be able to get away with the color correction that I'm about to pull off, because what I'm about to do is I'm about to add a lot of brightness to this. And if I was, say, using footage from a 7D Mark I or a 5D Mark II from back in the day, if I tried to add as much brightness to this footage as I'm about to add right now, it's just going to get way too granulated and pixelated, because you don't have that information in the picture to actually draw out the brightness. Since there's so many extra pixels in this 4K footage, we're going to be able to really mess with it in ways that we couldn't mess with footage shot on lesser cameras. And again, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, all the footage that I've been shooting on for the past year is on a 5D Mark IV, yeah, which is a 4K camera. Really sick camera, has some great upticks and some not so great downsides. But we can talk about that another time. So anyway, working with this raw footage, let's just start to add our filters. The first thing that I would do is I would go to my fast color corrector, excuse me guys. I would add this filter to the footage, go to it in effect controls, and the first thing what you want to do is you want to white balance. You want to get your whites looking like whites. So I take this eyedropper and I drag it to somewhere that should look white. Your first instinct would be to go to this picture frame, but believe it or not, you're not going to get as clean a look as if you go over here to the shaded white wall. Click that, see how that immediately fixed itself up? Actually, I'm really curious to see what would have happened if I went to that really, really white wall. Check that out really quick. Yeah, for some reason it didn't do it. Probably because that white already looks white, and the point of white balancing is to take something that's supposed to look white, that doesn't already look white, and make it look as white as possible. This was already exposed nice as white, but we know that the picture doesn't look good, so we have to find another area of the picture that looks white to try and draw out a balanced color look. So again, let's take this eyedropper and move it over here to this wall, which is also white. It's just shaded a little bit darker because of the shadows. See, now we have a much cleaner look. Much cleaner look. Still looks like shit, but we can do a lot to fix that up. Just taking a look at the comments, y'all. Yes, I will definitely do a 360 VR tutorial at some point. That is a fantastic idea, and I would love to do that with you guys. We will definitely do that. And I have a long overdue project in VR that I need to get to, featuring the Beatbox Collective. So in a couple days, perhaps we'll actually get to that. All right, so back to the project at hand. So we just white balance this picture, and now what we want to do is we want to add some brightness to it. So the filter tool that I usually use to add brightness is in the RGB curves tool. Now, if you're experienced at using Premiere or other editing software, you'll come to realize that a lot of these effects and tools and filters are the same thing. They're just different representations and manifestations of each other. So I'm going to show you guys how to brighten using the RGB curve, but there are tons of other tools that you can use to do the exact same thing. It's just different mechanisms, different visual representations. So let's bring the RGB curves filter into here. And essentially what this does is this gives you 4 screens to work with the 4 main elements of your picture. And that would be your brightness and contrast. Brightness being here, up here, this top right-hand corner, and your contrast down here. So these are your highlights, these are your blacks, and everything in here is your mids. I'll show you how that works in a second. And here you can also control the amount of red, blue, and green, which is in your picture. So let's bring up the brightness level. Damn! See how much brightness we're adding? You could not get away with doing this to anything less than 4K footage. If you tried to add this much light, like, it's just nuts what you can do. If you tried to do this with lesser footage, it would have crapped out, like, way down here. But we're, like, all the way up here, which is nuts. It's crazy. Damn, that still blows my mind, man. So just come down here and crunch the blacks a little bit too, just to make those blacks snap, crackle, and pop. Like literally, I'm just like, you can't mess with this too much because, like I said, this was originally not shot so great, so there's only so much stuff we can get away with. So I'm just gonna add like tiniest amount of contrast here. It's probably even too much brightness. YouTube tends to brighten my videos for some reason. I'm still trying to figure that out. So you can also play with like your reds. See, I'm subtracting red, and that's leaving me with some green, right? So anyway, the rest is really to just put in titles and export and render. It's kind of boring, and I don't really want to get into that right now. So maybe we can just play around. I'll show you guys a sneak preview of some other things that are going to be coming up on BTV. You guys can't see the mouse cursor? That would suck. I'll have to figure that out. So yeah, guys, I mean, it's, you know, a lot of work goes into this stuff. I mean, even for just, you know, a single camera shout-out video, I put a lot of attention and detail into all the videos that I put on BTV. You know, even if it's just a one-camera shout-out like this is on the Loop Station or like the Napalm video or Hiss video or any other of most of the videos you see on BTV, I always take a lot of extra time and care to make sure that the sound is properly sank and mastered. Usually the mastering happens by Mr. Wobbles over in California, but sometimes I do it myself even though I suck at it. Always make sure the picture looks great in terms of the color grading. Always got to make sure that the logos are in the right place. You know, if there are any clicks or pops or distortions in the audio recording, which often happens because I use a lavalier and sometimes that brushes up against your chest or, you know, your hair or your jacket or whatever you're wearing, it can create a crackling sound. I go in and take as much care and time into making sure that there are no distortions on the sound. I'm sure we will cover that at some point, though I hope we don't because it's a real pain in the ass to deal with. I could show you some videos on BTV where I really had to fix the audio up and you never ever would have known that there was something wrong with it. But that's another story for another time. So yeah, and that's just a shout out. I mean, you guys can imagine what it takes to put a documentary together. You know, like these breaking down the beats videos that I'm doing from GBBB or the Verbal Ace documentary that I put up. Such an insane and intense amount of work that goes into doing it, especially when you're doing it all by yourself. I would love to cover the documentary workflow with you guys at some point because it's really, really interesting. And for all you non-video makers out there, you'll come to realize that this is a real art unto itself, just like the beatboxing is. So I don't really want to talk about anything else right now. I don't want to teach or talk anymore. I just want to kind of mess around and show you guys some other projects that are going to be coming up on BTV. So they're kind of like 3 projects that are on the docket right now, which are the behind the scenes GBB videos that you guys are seeing drop every day right now. And then when those are done, we have a string of videos that were shot by us, by my friends over at Korea Beatbox TV, featuring some of the dopest beatboxers from South Korea. And then after that, we got a 7 to Smoke beatbox battle that's going to be coming up after that from Australia with some of the dopest beatboxers from that scene right now. And man, they're killing it right now. The Aussie scene is just so sick. I mean, like Codfish and Gale and Lucrative and CLR and you know, everybody. There's literally lots of them. So anyway, I'll show you guys some of the things that will be coming up in a couple weeks. So like I said, we have a video series from our friends at Korea Beatbox TV. And I already cut one of those videos, and I'll show it to you right now. It's a video from Big Man. It's a really, really dope beatboxer, and if you guys haven't heard of him before, I urge you guys to look him up on Facebook and on YouTube. Got a really, really like beautiful voice and good beatboxing skills too. I'm just looking for it. 1 second, guys. I had so many files. Man, just type in Big Man. watching right now. Alright guys, so check this out. This is a video. I haven't really cut this yet. I did a little bit of color correction, and they did the audio mastering. I did a little extra audio mastering too, if any of you homies are watching right now from Korea.
Hey guys, my name is Beatbox Big Man from South Korea, and this is huge shout out to Beatbox Television.
So sick. I feel really lucky. I feel really lucky that I get to hear like such great beatboxing from so many different people from around the world, like every day. You guys don't understand, it's so inspiring.
Come back to me.
So sick, man. So sick, dude. I love it. I love it. I was saying during the middle of that video, like, one of the crazy things about running BTV is, like, I don't get to always, like, be around beatboxers. I spend a lot of time, like, here in my studio working because I run BTV. I have a job and family and all this stuff. But, like, I'm always dealing every day with so much content, editing, like, 10 videos at a time, doing a live stream here, like, in Romania, and then, like, you know, Korea, and like just like somewhere in America and Europe, and like just talking to beatboxers every day. There's so many different sounds and styles just flying at my face, and it's just so crazy. I don't really beatbox myself. I feel like with all the beatboxing I hear every day, it should have just like been absorbed into my skin at this point. But I focus all my energy into the video making side of it. So sure, if I put my focus to actually being a beatboxer, I could do it. But like, takes so much thought and energy to even just put like a simple shout out video together. And imagine like at any given time I have like 30 videos that I'm working on, and like beatboxing documentaries, battles, and like it's crazy. I could show you guys some other things that are coming up. What do you think? I don't want to give away anything too dope that's dropping in the next few days. We have some really sick videos coming up on BTV in a few days. Like, we've been doing like loop station videos for like 5 or 6 days, and then I had like 2 beatboxing videos. I haven't even gotten to the beatboxing videos yet. Like, there's some really crazy beatboxing videos coming up in the next few days, and like, do I want to show you? Do I want to give you a sneak peek? I don't know. I kind of want to keep it legit. Okay. What do we have? I really like this. Live streaming's fun. I want to do this more. You know, I'm not going to give anything else away right now. Because in a few days, I'm going to be doing this for real every day. And I think I had my fun for today, guys. And nobody's really watching right now. So I think I'm going to call this quits. This was really just a test. So I think I'm going to call it a day. Because I got to do some other stuff. This was fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys again. I'm going to be doing this every day. So thank you for joining this test stream, I guess you could call it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Ish.